Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Hope is a waking dream. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Anybody can become angry. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person, and to the right degree, and at the right time, and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power, and is not easy. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. A friend to all is a friend to none. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. To perceive is to suffer. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living differ from the dead. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. It is not enough to win a war. It is more important to organize the peace. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. One swallow does not make a summer, neither does one fine day. Similarly, one day or brief time of happiness does not make a person entirely happy. Learning is not child's play. We cannot learn without pain. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. I have gained this by philosophy. I do without being ordered what some are constrained to do by their fear of the law. The more you know you don't know. It is not always the same thing to be a good man and a good citizen. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. He who cannot be a good follower cannot be a good leader. Without friends, no one would want to live, even if he had all other goods. Wit is educated insolence. All men by nature desire to know. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in the consciousness that we deserve them. Nature does nothing uselessly. All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind. Wise men speak when they have something to say. Fools speak because they have to say something. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. Misfortune shows those who are not really friends. Learning is an ornament in prosperity, a refuge in adversity, and a provision in old age. Happiness is a state of activity. All persons ought to endeavor to follow what is right and not what is established. Character may almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. Through discipline comes freedom. Great men are always of a nature originally melancholy. The secret to humor is surprise. We make war that we may live in peace. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. A friend is a second self. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. The only stable state is the one in which all men are equal before the law. To lead an orchestra, you must turn your back on the crowd. The law is reason free from passion. Philosophy can make people sick. Comedy aims at representing men as worse, tragedy as better than in actual life. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. He is his own best friend and takes delight in privacy, whereas the man of no virtue or ability is his own worst enemy and is afraid of solitude. Anyone who has no need of anybody but himself is either a beast or a god. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. All earthquakes and disasters are warnings. There's too much corruption in the world. We must be neither cowardly nor rash, but courageous. Whatever lies within our power to do, lies also within our power not to do. The soul never thinks without a mental picture. If things do not turn out as we wish, we should wish for them as they turn out. The weak are always anxious for justice and equality. The strong pay no heed to either. Happiness belongs to the self-sufficient. Plot is character revealed by action. Men create gods after their own image, not only with regard to their form, but with regard to their mode of life. All who have meditated on the art of governing mankind have been convinced that the fate of empires depends on the education of youth. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Anger is a gift. The gods, too, are fond of a joke. These virtues are formed in man by doing the actions. The good of man is a working of the soul in the way of excellence in a complete life. With respect to the requirement of art, the probable impossible is always preferable to the improbable possible. Democracy arose from men's thinking that if they are equal in any respect, they are equal absolutely. Man is a goal-seeking animal. His life only has meaning if he is reaching out and striving for his goals. Tolerance and apathy are the last virtues of a dying society. Man is by nature a political animal. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. If you would understand anything, observe its beginning and its development. The best friend is the man who, in wishing me well, wishes it for my sake. The self-indulgent man craves for all pleasant things and is led by his appetite to choose these at the cost of everything else. The pleasures arising from thinking and learning will make us think and learn all the more. 1153a:23. For though we love both the truth and our friends, piety requires us to honor the truth first. Young people are in a condition like permanent intoxication because life is sweet and they are growing. Yes, the truth is that men's ambition and their desire to make money are among the most frequent causes of deliberate acts of injustice. Happiness is a quality of the soul, not a function of one's material circumstances. It is well to be up before daybreak, for such habits contribute to health, wealth, and wisdom. A friend is a second self, so that our consciousness of a friend's existence makes us more fully conscious of our own existence.